oppressed by the Midianites. Now the people were hiding in caves and their crops are being stolen and they feel helpless. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, have you ever found yourself in a situation that oftentimes you feel helpless? Well, look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, the Bible let us know that I will look to the hills from whence cometh my help. Slap your neighbor and say, neighbor, our help cometh not from man, our help cometh not from friends, our help cometh not from family members, but our help cometh from the Lord, which maketh Israel. Slap your neighbor and say, neighbor, can God use you? What will your answer be? Will your answer be yes? Or will your answer be no? Or will your answer be I'm not qualified? Or will your answer be I am not fully ready yet? Or will your answer be I'm not ready to submit? Or will your answer be I'm not ready to surrender? Or will your answer be me not done the work yet? And I know the party nice, so me can't try a man named Jesus. Slap your neighbor and say, neighbor, what will your answer be? You don't have to answer me, but my answer will be yes. Can God use you? Now verses 11 let us know something jumped out at me. Now Gideon was threshing wheat in a wine press to hide from the Midianites. Now a wine press is used to crush grape and not to thresh wheat. Now threshing wheat requires wind to separate grain from chaff, and it's usually done in the open. Now Gideon is operating in fear. Now he's doing the right thing in the wrong place to avoid confrontation. Slap your neighbor and say, neighbor, there are many believers today are doing kingdom work in silence, not because of lack of faith, but because of fear of failure, rejection, or spiritual warfare. Now this represents those who are anointed but are oppressed